Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Camilla and today we are building another room for our Proud Room Build series. This room here is for a trans sim and they are a vet student, a very passionate vet student. In fact, you'll see that I scattered a lot of medical equipment throughout the room and we have a lot of posters on the walls that make clear that this sim is really an animal lover and also a vet student. We have a nice sitting area, a desk space, and a very spacious dresser too. I just wanted to talk briefly about the room because I was actually reading the Wikia page for the transgender term and I found it really interesting, so I would just go on and read you what I found out, as we do basically every time. So transgender, often shortened to trans, is a term referring to people who do not identify as the gender assigned to them at birth. It commonly refers to men who were assigned female at birth, trans men, and women who were assigned male at birth, trans women. These examples are known as binary transgender people. All non-binary people are also inherently included under the term transgender because their gender is not what was assigned to them at birth. However, some non-binary people choose not to use trans as a label. Transgender is not a gender identity on its own, rather it's a gender modality. It shows that there is a difference between one's assigned gender at birth and one's actual gender. The opposite of transgender is cisgender. So if you were assigned female at birth, for example, and you identify as a female, you are a cisgender person. Below this introduction, the Wikia page offers a lot of interesting paragraphs. For example, the one regarding language usage and terminology. So when writing about trans people, the word trans should be used as an adjective. One should not write trans woman like with no space in between the words, or trans-women, but should rather write trans women, where trans is used as an adjective to describe a category of women in this case. Then they explain the difference between transgender and transsexual. So transsexual is an older term originating in the medical and psychological communities. It was previously used interchangeably with transgender and is still used by some older transgender people. In the modern day, transsexual or transsex can also be used as a term to refer to people who have changed or seek to change their bodies through medical routes, such as hormonal replacement therapy and or physical surgeries. However, most people prefer the word transgender as it's less medicalized and is more inclusive of people who have not, cannot, or do not want to medically transition. Then another interesting part of this page is the part regarding terminology. So we have some related terms to the transgender term. So we have dysphoria. Many transgender people, but not all, experience gender dysphoria, a feeling of discomfort or self-hatred stemming from a disconnect between their internal sense of gender and their outward appearance, their bodies, or how others perceive them. Gender dysphoria, often called just dysphoria, can range in intensity. It can be severe, medium, mild, or not there at all. Sources of dysphoria can be and often are different between individuals, and these sources can change over the course of one's life and or transition. Passing is a term used by trans people to describe their appearance and whether they can be mistaken for a cisgender person. For example, a trans woman would pass when people assume that they are a cisgender woman. Transitioning is another word and refers to the act of beginning to live as one's actual gender, rather than the gender they were assigned at birth. Transitioning can be social and medical. Social transitioning typically involves going by one's chosen name, pronouns, and often changing one's clothes, hair, and other parts of one's appearance to present as one's gender. Medical transitioning is the act of changing one's body to be closer to one's desired body. It can include hormone replacement therapy and surgeries. Both of these things can help with dysphoria. Not all trans people choose to fully transition or to transition at all. Some may socially transition but not medically transition. Some may undergo certain aspect of transitioning but not others. Then a very important aspect, I think, is the one of the dead name. A transgender individual's dead name is the name that they were given by their parents when they were born. Most transgender people choose to change their name as a part of their transition, though not all will. The act of using a transgender individual's previous dead name intentionally when one knows their real name is called dead naming. And it's not a very nice thing, I may add. So I hope that you enjoyed this little video and this little like me reading to you what I found out, because I'm not an expert. I don't want to say the wrong things, so I prefer reading to you rather than speaking like about what I know, because I don't know if what I know is right. And so yeah, if you want to see more of these series, remember you can subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, remember to leave it a like and a comment, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day and bye everybody.